Finally, finally we are moving to the end of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu said it that you be the one that will end this area, this geographical area called Nigeria, and is coming to pass. The judgment against Nnamdi Kanu last year, the Israel and the US, they have now called for them to revisit the case that Omotosho judged against Nnamdi Kanu. So the case now, they want to revisit it. They want to see what is in that case, what that Omotosho judge used to sentence him life imprisonment. And then now the case is now in the courts. So this case is another new case that the US and the Israel, they have now called onto for them to revisit that case. The Omotosho judge Nnamdi Kanu. So in this video, you are going to hear everything from this our Biafran activist, who is going to explain a lot concerning what is going on and what will be the outcome of those cases. So as you're about to watch, try to like, subscribe, and make sure you share the video to go and let others see things happening in Nigeria.
Alright, so this video is basically about these two people. For those of you that do not know, this is Justice James Omotosho and this is Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and Justice James Omotosho is a judge in Nigeria, and he came from Ijomo, Abeokuta, somewhere in Ogun State, while this man, Nnamdi Kanu, is from Ibeku, somewhere in Abia State. Now, for those of you that do not know, for a couple of days now, there has been news that has been trending. And if you remember also, late last year, this man, Justice James Omotosho, sentenced Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment after charging him for terrorism. Yes, as I speak now, Nnamdi Kanu, this man is in prison somewhere in Sokoto, Nigeria. Now, for a couple of days now, a video has been trending that they want to revisit the case. Now, I'm going to tell you if that news is true or not. And also, I'm going to tell you the processes that is going to take if it is true, and what is likely to happen if it is not true. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to subscribe, because on this channel, I get to undiluted truth with evidence, because everything I tell you, I'll show you evidence here. So do well to subscribe and drop your comment in the comment section. Now, for some couple of days now, a news has been trending, and what is that news? From the board you can see, it's an update. Nnamdi Kanu case said to be revisited by Justice James Omotosho. The case is ongoing to re-examine due to the pressure from Israel and the United States of America. The report from International Criminal Court has summoned Justice James Omotosho to review his ruling on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, this is what has been trending. This news has trended, or is trending on Twitter, is trending on Facebook, and is also trending on other social media. And when I saw this news, I read it and I take some sight. In fact, I saw it in many places. As you can see from here, they also posted the news. It says, the viral post also claimed that the International Criminal Court, ICC, mandated Omotosho to review his judgment on Kanu's case. The purported plan to revisit the case was attributed to pressure from the United States and Israel. This post was published on Facebook and X. So, as I said earlier, this news has been trending. So when I saw it, I tried to check. In fact, it is everywhere. Even when you go down, you say breaking news. Justice James Omotosho is set to revisit the case of Nnamdi Kanu. There is an ongoing plan to re-examine the case due to pressure from Israel and the United States of America, according to reports. The International Criminal Court has mandated Justice James Omotosho to review his ruling on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. This is a significant development. We wait for further updates. The post reads, So it is everywhere. As I said earlier, it is everywhere, and people are saying a lot of things. In fact, when I saw this news, I have to go to the comment section, and I saw a lot of people saying a lot of things. Now, the question everybody will ask is, the first question, of course, we ask is this true? And if it is true, does a judge revisit a case after judgment? I believe this is the first question. Of course, this is the first question that came to my mind when I saw that news in many sites, and I saw people commenting. Does a judge revisit a case after judgment? Of course, all of us know that the case of Nnamdi Kanu has, the judgment has been passed, and he has been sentenced to life imprisonment and also be sent to Sokoto prison. Now, this question is what we are going to answer. From this question, we will know whether those puts is correct or not correct. So I will leave it in the hands of my brother now to answer you this. Please listen to this.
Could this be a breaking rumor? This is because there are a lot of sources, people peddling a lot of Nnamdi Kanu's news around and misleading our people or educating our people. It's just about knowing and verifying the source you receive quality news from. So, having seen this news source, I try to do my due diligence to verify the authenticity of the news, and I did my fact checking, and I have the results of this breaking news, whether it is a fact or whether it is a rumor. So work with me as I break it down for you and verify the authenticity of this claim, and if actually Nnamdi Kanu's case is about to be recalled, or perhaps it was just a breaking rumor and not actually a breaking news. Whatever you're doing, I advise you to leave it and focus on this video, or you go and finish it up, and when you're done you come back and watch, because you do not want to miss a bit of what I'm about to reveal to you word for word. I also advise you to make sure you watch this video till the end and do not skip a bit. Take a second to like if it's your first time, subscribe, and click on that same bell and select the one that says all notifications, to get notified whenever we release a video. So let's go. Nnamdi Kanu's case to be visited. Is it a fact or is it a fiction? Is it a breaking news or is it a breaking rumor? I'll start. Now listen. Once a high court has convicted a defendant and passed sentence including life imprisonment, the court becomes functus officio. Meaning of functus officio is the judge has completely exhausted his or her legal authority over that case. The principle is well established in Nigerian constitution and case law. 2. What happens after conviction and sentencing? Now listen, what happens after that? Step by step. Number 1, judgment is delivered. Number 2, sentence is pronounced. Step 3, court record is finalized. And step 4, rights of appeal immediately arises. Now, at this point, jurisdiction moves upward to the Court of Appeal. The trial court loses power over the merits of the case. Whether the defendant has filed an appeal or not is irrelevant. Jurisdiction does not remain open simply because no appeal has yet been filed. Number 3, what the High Court may still do, which is very limited powers it may have. Even after conviction, a High Court judge may only do the following: A. Correct clerical or accidental errors. Under the slip rule, the court may correct typographical mistakes, arithmetical errors, misspelled names, obvious slips that do not affect substance. This does not include changing findings of guilt, reconsidering evidence, altering sentence, revisiting legal reasoning. B. Enter consequential or ancillary orders. Example, clarifying prison location, correcting dates, formal enforcement directions. Again, no touching the conviction or sentence. Okay, go on. Number 4, what the High Court cannot do, which is very firm. The High Court judge cannot reopen the case, He cannot rehear evidence. He cannot reevaluate witnesses. He cannot reduce or increase a life sentence. He cannot set aside the conviction. He cannot substitute a new judgment. And he cannot review the decision because of second thoughts. And lastly, he cannot act because an appeal has not yet been filed. Any of these acts will be unconstitutional and void. Now, number 5. Does the Nigerian Constitution allow a trial judge to revisit judgments? No, it does not. Relevant constitutional position, Section 2, Section 240 and Section 241 of the 1999 Constitution as amended vests appellate jurisdiction exclusively in the Court of Appeal. Once judgment is final, the trial court is constitutionally barred. Only an appellate court can interfere. Now, number 6. Are there any exceptional circumstances at all? Only one narrow situation, and even then, not by the High Court itself. That is, where the judgment is a nullity. Example is the court lacked jurisdiction, and the defendant was never properly arraigned, and also where the charge was fundamentally defective. Even in this situation, the High Court cannot set aside its own judgment. And also, the issue must be raised before the Court of Appeal. So the firm final conclusion is a High Court judge in Nigeria cannot revisit, review, alter, or reverse a judgment of conviction and life sentence once it is delivered. It does not matter that no appeal has been filed yet, and it does not matter how quickly or slowly time passes, and it does not matter who the defendant is. The only lawful route is appeal to the appeal court. Anything else is unconstitutional, jurisdictionally incompetent, and legally void. So, this is the conclusion of this breaking news or breaking rumor. And by this fact finding, it is now clear that it is actually not a breaking news, but actually it is a breaking rumor, and those sources that paraded the news actually, was not actually that authentic as it's supposed to be. Maybe it was done in patriotism, trying to stir and increase the hope of Biafrans. So I do not actually say anything bad against them, though I always frown against peddling rumors just because we want to stir hope on our people. It is always right that even if there's 1% of a truth in that thing, it's okay to say it. Initially, when I saw it, I thought it was about the appeal court. I didn't even know it was about the High Court until I read it through, and I got to find out that it was just a calculated kind of trying to just create this hysteria, kind of stir people up, let them feel that something is about to happen, all in the way of maybe getting likes and clicks, and perhaps stirring the hopes of Biafrans, because right now Biafrans need hope, which I understand. So I don't judge anybody for trying to give Biafrans hope, because at this time Biafrans need hope. So I'm not going to judge the sources, but I will always say is that's not a good way to give hope, because you will end up depressing more people if they find out that it's not true at the end of the day. So in this channel, we only owe you to tell you the truth at all times and remove the rumor and the fake news from around you, so that you only understand and know that in this channel we will tell you the truth, the bitter, and the whole truth as regards Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra, and anything that's concerning freedom around the world. So this actually, as much as we want it to be true, it is actually a breaking rumor. So definitely, please be observant of news that will keep you high hopes and dash your hopes.
Now, from this, you will understand that that post is not true. From this, you understand that this post is fake news. And that is why I tell you that you must be very careful where you get your information from. That is why I tell you also that you must be very careful what you believe on the internet space, because a lot of things is happening that is not true. And that is why I also beg you to subscribe to this channel, because on this channel I get to information, and every information I get to, I give you with facts and figure. we will dilute and digest it here. Now, I'm going to allow you to listen to this, after which you drop a comment in the comment section what you think, please.
We need to arm ourselves. What did Nnamdi Kanu do? Set up an ESN to arm their own people, to protect them against their own enemies. What did you put him? We took him, tried him, Yoruba prosecutors, Yoruba judge, because you Yoruba like to distance yourself from problem. And then we carried him and put him in outside jail because he set up a system to protect his own people. Is that not part of the right to have self-determination? But most of you that supported the injustice against Nnamdi Kanu are saying are Yoruba intellectuals on Twitter. You are saying it's hard to die. It's not here because I fight for him. Yoruba people mostly. And I'm not blaming Yorubas in general before they start saying that, oh, Insurance said is not a Yoruba people. No. I'm just saying that you should search your conscience as to the reason why you are in the situation that you are in. The president of the country, whether he's a Muslim or not, is a Yoruba man, and we are here still blaming Fulani. Is Tinubu Fulani? No, I'm from Lagos here. You know, I think also some of our leaders are not from Nigeria. It is true, but Tinubu at least is from Nigeria. So why is it that he doesn't care about Nigeria? Yes, you can say, but the question is that how can you be from a place that doesn't even exist? The Nigeria we're all shouting about is the creation of some British guys. It's a supermarket that was created as a business in 1901 by the Niger Royal Company. That is the name of the company that created. I want to thank the police officer here. He has given a good account of himself, but as you can see, he's not wearing a uniform because in the course of their withdrawal from VIPs, they have transformed themselves into civil. So that you won't find out that they are still doing VIP protection. Please back your uniform so that we can account for. Thank you very much, and thank you so much, Justice, for bringing us. And Commander, he told you that he didn't want to tell you how he knew me. It was actually in 2021, I think, they invited and wanted to detain him for revealing that he knows people who are in Boko Haram. And at that time, I was sharing power with Harry in Abuja. So they invited him to the military headquarters, and they wanted to detain him. And I sent a message to the chief of army staff that if you detain him, we invade the military headquarters. And as a result, he was not detained. It's not. But the most important thing we have to deal with today, because they've given very brilliant account of themselves, including professors. There's nothing else to ask, except that when we talk about security in Nigeria, the question I ask, and you should ask yourself, is who has the right of safety?
That is it. In Nigeria today, nobody have the right of safety, the right that you'll be protected or you'll be safe whenever you go out or wherever you go in the country. So in the issue of Israel and US revealing the case, it is true some of the platforms, some of the internet space which you used to see, some of them they don't used to carry the real news. Some of them used to be a rumor just to just for them to trend and for them to have likes and comments so that they will trend. So thank God that this our brother, a Biafran activist, he reads so much, he understands everything about the law and about what he's doing. So thank God that he have come out to review everything that is there. He now review the whole truth concerning what is happening and what is going on. So once the court have finalized and judged any case, that is the way it is, and there is no any other court in the world that can they can revisit or they can yes, no any other court that can revisit the case. But what you can only do is that you can appeal. You can go for appeal, and that is what Nnamdi Kanu when go for. So that is it. So I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing? Like, subscribe, and share the video to go and let others see things happening in Nigeria and the issue between Nnamdi Kanu and Nigerian government. Say thank you for watching.